Hello and welcome to this short introductory video on Kentucky's Solar for All program. My name is Emma Strong. I'm the program contact and I work for the Office of Energy Policy. Kentucky Solar for All program plans to showcase Team Kentucky's mission, which is to build better with stronger infrastructure, increased economic development opportunities, and resilient communities and families. We also plan to align with Governor Beshear's energy strategy, KYE3, which highlights the importance of diversifying Kentucky's energy landscape, maintaining economic development, and protecting the environment. So a little bit about our office. We're located in the Energy and Environment Cabinet, and our mission is to support the utilization of all of Kentucky's energy resources for the betterment of the Commonwealth while protecting and improving our environment. Our programs focus in 3 areas: energy affordability, energy education, and energy security. Solar for All definitely touches on all 3 of those areas, but you can read more about all of our programs at our website, which is linked below. You can also sign up for our newsletter to receive updates on everything, including Solar for All, and our contacts page is also there as well. So I think it makes sense to discuss some of the background on Solar for All, specifically where it comes from. So in the big scheme of things, it comes from the Inflation Reduction Act, or IRA, which was a huge funding source. $783 billion was dedicated to clean energy and energy resiliency and climate change related projects. So they took $27 billion of that large pot of money and gave it to the EPA and called it the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund. And the EPA decided to do 3 competitive grant competitions with the $27 billion, and $7 billion was dedicated to the Solar for All competition. The other 2 are called the National Clean Investment Fund and Clean Communities Investment Accelerator. So if you're interested in Solar for All, I would check out both of those sources as well. Now we're going to go on to Solar for All more specifically. As I said before, it's a $7 billion grant. It's to increase access to affordable, resilient, and clean solar energy for millions of low-income households. Only 60 applicants were awarded, and Kentucky is one of those 60 applicants. But we have not finalized our award, and we are expecting the funds September 1st, 2024. So that may or may not be after this video is out. And there will be a 1-year planning period for most projects. So in terms for what Kentucky plans to do with Solar for All funding, we have a 5-point plan that also has a little bit of technical assistance and workforce development added in there as well. Here I have listed the 5 points, and I'm going to summarize each of them here and then go more into detail later on. So we have increased community access to future and existing community solar projects for low-income and LIHEAP households. LIHEAP stands for Low-Income Household Energy Assistance Program. I explain that program, I go more in depth on it, and I also explain how community solar works and how those 2 together can maximize savings for households. We also plan to subsidize 1 community solar resilience hub demonstration project. The site is yet to be determined, and this will help increase resiliency for grid vulnerable areas and households that have energy dependent medical devices. We also plan to work with CDFIs, affordable housing developers, weatherization agencies, etc. to help bridge the appraisal gap and offer financial solutions for installing solar systems on homes that have gone through the Weatherization Assistance Program, which I also go more in depth on, but also new energy efficient housing constructions in high energy burden regions as well. We also plan to fund Solarize campaigns in major metropolitan planning areas. They use bulk procurement strategies to reduce solar installation costs. They also do free solar assessments and education, and they help provide reliable information on solar and residential solar in Kentucky. We will also be providing financial aid to housing nonprofits to install solar and storage solutions on new and renovated disaster housing in eastern and western Kentucky, and we will be leveraging community development block grant disaster funds to enhance resilience in these areas post-tornado and flooding. So now I'm going to discuss more about each of the 5 points and kind of provide some context and clarity to maybe make it all make more sense. So the Low-Income Household Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, and community solar combined can help households see savings between 20 and 70%. Because LIHEAP is already a program that really helps people afford their bills. It's federally funded, and it helps low-income households meet their heating and cooling needs, and we help approximately 150,000 families pay their energy bills each year. And community solar helps individuals benefit from solar energy without having to put panels on their home or property. So this array will be built off-site by a developer or utility, and energy is produced, and you can buy a subscription, and you'll receive credit on your energy bill each month. And our program will fund those subscriptions for low-income or LIHEAP subscribed households. And so, like I said, those households could see massive savings on their bills each month. So now we are on to the Community Solar Resilience Hubs. Resilience hubs are physical, community-serving facilities that will support residents, distribute needed resources, reduce carbon pollution, and enhance the quality of life. They can offer local governments a powerful means of supporting their vulnerable populations before, during, and after an extreme weather event or natural disaster, while also empowering and shifting resources directly to those communities. So this might look like a hospital or maybe a community center that will be equipped with a large off-grid solar and storage system. And this will allow those on energy-reliant medical devices to receive continued care throughout a natural disaster or emergency. It can also act as a place for community members to come after the fact and receive aid, charge their devices, etc. So a significant focus that we plan to have is on the disaster recovery aspect of our plan. A large portion has been dedicated to the deployment of this program. So as we know, flooding and tornadoes have caused destruction of homes and energy infrastructure in both eastern and western Kentucky, and the efforts in those areas are still ongoing. Communities have been rebuilt, and we plan to help those communities that have been affected by the disasters to have access to affordable, reliable, and clean energy by installing solar panels and battery storage to those homes. So another aspect of our plan is the solar and weatherization. How does that work? How do those two interact? So the Department of Energy has a program called Weatherization Assistance Program. It's a large residential energy efficiency program which does enabling upgrades on low-income households to lower their energy bills, making their homes more energy efficient. Kentucky Housing Corporation has been doing a lot of that work here in Kentucky, so we plan to work with them to identify homes that have already gone through the program or are planning to go through the program. As they are already energy efficient and ready for solar, the more energy efficient you are, the better solar will work for you on your home and the more savings you'll see. So it's really important that we maximize the benefits to these low-income households. We plan to work with local CDFIs, affordable housing developers, weatherization agencies, etc., to install on already weatherized homes. This will help put home ownership into the hands of those who would typically be priced out of buying a newly built energy efficient home with solar. So lastly, we have Solarize campaigns. This is a relatively basic program. We just want to keep funding these campaigns. They are community-based outreach initiatives that reduce the cost and complexity of solar by providing education, outreach, installations, and assessments. They'll come and assess your home for free to see if your roof is suitable, and they also do the discounted solar installation based on income. They're able to do this through bulk purchasing, and they are really great at providing reputable contractors and public outreach to help folks access solar. So finally, on the workforce development and technical assistance side of things, we have a few things in the works. Specifically, we want to beef up our Work Ready scholarship program, and we want to provide some training as well to get certified in solar. So we will be providing funding for both of those aspects. We'll also be providing apprenticeship stipends to get people hands-on work in the field, which is incredibly important to making sure that we have reputable and competent installers in Kentucky. We also want to help municipal governments determine best practices for solar in their communities, and so we will be providing technical assistance on that front as well. All right, if you would like to be part of the stakeholder engagement and receive updates on Solar for All, please email me. My email is on the slide after this. And I also recommend signing up for our newsletter. It has information on Solar for All, but also every single program in our office and what our office is doing. And it's a really great resource. Thank you.